Hey guys, for this creative training session, we're going to walk you through creating shipping groups. And just so you know, a shipping group represents your supplier or your dropshipper, and they are created and assigned to products so that you essentially know which dropshipper or supplier your product is coming from. So once you're logged into your Warhead admin from the dashboard here, you can either hover over and click on your store icon here, or hover over your dashboard dropdown and go to Store, which is what I will go ahead and do now. That will bring me to my products grid. But what I want to do is hover over my store dropdown and go to checkout. And as you can see up in our breadcrumbs bar here, that brings us to our shipping groups grid. Right now we have a default shipping group. There has to always be at least one shipping group in here, and one you can set as your default, which is typically going to be the one you want to have set up for the supplier that has a majority of your products. If you only have one supplier or dropshipper, then you'll only have one shipping group. But let's say we're going to be adding a second shipping group in addition to this default shipping group here. So what I'll go ahead and do is click this green button that says create. That's going to pop up a light box like you see here on the page, which is going to prompt me to enter in some information about my supplier or dropshipper. If you stock your own inventory, this is where you will add in your business information as to where your products are going to be shipped from. For the purpose of this example, I'm going to go ahead and just name it Dropshipper A. And this name is required, and it must be between 2 and 50 characters long. Moving along, I can add my address line 1, which you can see is required. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a fake address really quick. We can then enter in our address line 2. In this case, we're not going to enter one in though. That is not a required field. So I'm going to go ahead and move along to our next field, which is city. And as you can see, that is required. So I'm going to go ahead and just enter in where we're located here in Bothell. We can then enter in our state or province, but before you do that, you need to set your country. Most of the time your supplier will be based out of the United States anyways, but if it is a different country, you'll want to select this option prior to selecting your state or province. In this case, we are basing ours out of the United States, so I'll go ahead and leave that as our selected country, and then I'll jump back up to the state or province, and we're going to say we're based out of Washington, so I'm going to go ahead and just scroll down here. Select Washington. Lastly, I'm going to jump down and enter in my postal code, which you can see is required, and it can only contain alphanumeric characters, and it must be between 3 and 7 characters long. So I'll enter in a quick one here. Once I've entered in that postal code, from here I can go ahead and click the save button to save my changes and create this shipping group, or I can click cancel if I do not want to create the shipping group and I want to return to my shipping groups grid. In this case, I do want to go ahead and create this shipping group, so I will click Save here now. And that has now created our shipping group.